Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading was a suggestion of one of you guys, so thank you very much for that, my dear. And yeah, today it's all about what will the first encounter with your soulmate, divine partner be like. So we're gonna look into the circumstance. We may also get a lot of hints regarding how you guys meet or just in general very important messages around it. So it's gonna be a very exciting reading. And yeah, as always, my dear, I have 3 pals that you can choose from. And today I felt like only choosing cards without crystals. So let me zoom in a little bit. Alright, so this is pal 1, the 10 of Pentacles. This is pal 2, the Lover's card. And this is pal 3, the 4 of Wands. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video. Or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And if you're interested or you're just curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you just would like to get further information regarding one, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal 1, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what will your first encounter with your soulmate divine partner be like? What do you need to know about it? What information is coming through? Let's start straight away. Okay, let's start straight away. So for my dear pile 1, what will the first encounter be like? What do you need to know about it? What do you need to know about it? Whoops. All right. Okay. So, let's see, my dear. Let's see. Okay. Woo. The first card we have is the Devil card. The second card is the Temperance card. I mean, just look at these cards. There couldn't be like more opposite in a way. So let's see. For my dear pile 1, wow, Ace of Wands here. Whew. You know, this is something I actually wanted to say while shuffling, but now I completely understand why it came through. When I was like just seconds ago, okay, within seconds, while I was shuffling your cards, all of a sudden I felt like a rush of heat, and I'm literally sweating right now. It all of a sudden became very hot. And just look at these 2 cards for a second. Like, this snake is literally on fire, and I mean, Ace of Wands, do I really need to say more, right? It's the Ace of Wands, but look at also the illustration, it almost looks like fire there. But let's continue. Let's see, for my dear pile 1, how will the first encounter go? What will the first encounter be like? For my dear pile 1, and there, oops, oh my goodness, a lot of cards fell down. Let me first get them all. Too many cards. But there's this one card. Okay, the King of Wands. I'm sorry, King of Cups. See, I said King of Wands because I'm just in this fire energy here. Oh my goodness. So, for my dear pile 1, how will the first encounter with your soulmate divine partner go? What do you need to know about it? Look at that. And the Queen of Wands, of course. I mean, Duh. Of course. More fire coming through here. We got the Page of Swords. All right. The Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Strength card. At the back of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. All right, okay. So let me just make sure that you can see all the cards here. Let me put them a little bit more up there. Okay. So my dear pile one, what will the first encounter with your soulmate divine partner be like? So first of all, let me start with that. It's very interesting. I almost feel like to cut this spread here, and it's almost like these energies here are one person and this is the other person. Because I almost feel like I'm getting your energy and their energy side by side, okay? But let me start with that. First of all, there is one thing you need to know about your connection with your divine partner. You guys balance each other out very, very beautifully. I feel like both of you guys maybe at times tend to be in an energy like too much, excessively. As an example, vice versa, okay, take it how it resonates. Someone could be at times very, very much in their fiery energy, full of energy and very like full of life, very vivid, very excited, and very passionate, you know, like a ball of energy kind of way. And the other person could be very, very emotional, right? Very sensitive. So there is this high on both sides, okay? And when it comes to you guys coming together, it's kind of like allowing each person to find their center. Now, let me say one thing. I want you guys to look at this and at this card. Look at how similar the Devil card and the King of Cups card is. Now, you may say they're not similar at all. What are you talking about? Like in meanings and also like in illustration. This one is blue, this one is red. But let me explain. First of all, if we look at them, they are in a very like similar pose, right? Like there is this sea creature, it's not a dragon, although I don't know why it reminds me a little bit of a dragon, but you see this sea creature here, right? And it also has this almost like the body of a snake, right? And look at how it's like entangled. And then we have the snake, and literally both of them look into like look you in the face, right? And their mouth are open. You can see the tongue here, and then it's very, very similar. And both of them are kind of in their element. This is in the fire element, this is in the water element, right? And I do feel like both of you guys are very, very different in a way. Now, some of you guys could have fire or water somewhere in your chart, but that's not important, even if you're someone who has earth or air, okay? Don't worry about that. It's more so about the meaning and the illustration itself. You guys are very different, but at the same time, when we look at these cards, yes, there's so much we can like pick that's not common, but when you really look into the energies and the illustration, there is something familiar about them, or there is similar, right? There is something similar about them. And I really feel like both of you guys come from two very different point of views. Now, these views could be just life experiences in general. It doesn't have to be that you guys completely like are different when it comes to ethnicity and age and so on. You could also come from the same place, however, through life experiences, you see like life a little bit different, or your personalities, okay? This can very well also be personality wise are really, really different. Now, this is first of all where we're starting, okay? That's the first thing here I'm seeing, and it's very important to emphasize that because, yeah, it's very important for your connection. Although both of you guys are on complete different ends, there is this balance that comes together. There is strength in your union. And this is something that others will see as your relationship progresses, okay? Now, when we talk about the first encounter, I really feel like it's like two worlds clashing. Like it's like two opposites meeting. Now, once again, the opposites for some could very well be pretty obvious through ethnicity, religion, or just in general, you know, something very, very obvious through appearance. However, it's more so personality, as I already said. And when we talk about the first encounter, it's very interesting because I feel like you guys are gonna see each other, you're gonna acknowledge each other, but you're gonna see or feel that the other person comes from a complete, like, different point of view. However, it's not gonna be something that is gonna turn you off or so. It's actually gonna be something that draws you in and makes this person even more mysterious or alluring. And you guys, I really feel like this is gonna be a very active, like, conversation wise meeting. You guys are gonna talk a lot because you're gonna feel a lot of interest coming through. So it's not like one person is gonna show more interest than the other. This is actually, okay, this for me is the energy of, like, if this wasn't a reading about divine counterparts by now, I would have said it. Because the energy that's coming through, okay, besides the cards are not important now. The energy that I'm feeling and that I'm receiving is exactly that. You know, like when, how should I explain it? Sometimes well, for some people, they may never experience that. For others, they may experience that once in a lifetime. And very, very lucky people may experience it multiple times. But we may meet someone who we just instantly know, you know? We just feel like every cell in my body is pressuring me and pushing me into getting to know this person because they are someone to keep. This person is someone that I can feel deep in my core is very, very special. Not only in like who they are a special person, but they're gonna be very special to me as well. What I really feel like is that, you know, this really feels like to me, let me put it that way, someone from your soul tribe that you know very, very deeply, okay? When you go back to your center, when you go back to your higher self, this is an energy, this is a soul that is, you already know, but you encounter each other in this lifetime and you wanted to encounter each other in this lifetime before you reincarnated, before you chose to come to this 3D world, you know, like become a human. You guys chose to have this experience. And it's kind of like, it doesn't matter what kind of human experience I or them we have experienced, we still recognize each other when we see each other. Even if from the outside and the inside we are shaped so, so differently, we are connected. I really, really feel that for you guys. You know, as we, like, when it comes to the first encounter, there's one thing you need to know, and it came through from the beginning. there is a lot of fire and passion that's gonna be between you guys. So I mean like intense, intimate energy here. You guys may feel extremely attracted towards the other person in a way that you may feel like, okay, like I want to be with them. Also, like physically speaking, even if, let's say, someone watching this is um, very like conservative or a little bit more modest, they may really feel like exposed to something totally out of their control, and they may get feelings and emotions coming to the surface that are really out of their norm, not norm, out of their like normal space, right? I mean, it could be the case that no one has ever made you feel this type of way. And let me tell you one thing, my dear pile one. This reading is a very special reading. Like, I will remember this reading for a very long time because I can feel the connection of two souls coming through. And I feel very, very honored, first of all, that I'm allowed to get a glimpse of this energy, of this union, and that I'm allowed to read, really. But I can tell you, this is all about you guys coming together and making a change. For some of you guys, you may have come to this earthy plane, to this planet to bring change in the form of spreading awareness, raising the consciousness, making people aware of a lot of things, okay? Awakening people to a lot of things. And this union, you guys coming together, is gonna be a great team to accomplish that. Now, as I said, when it comes to the first encounter, you see, I'm getting so many like messages coming through beyond the question. Like, this is all about the first encounter, but I feel like most of the messages we got so far was all about your union. But as I always say, there is a reason for that, right? There is a reason why certain messages come through or they don't come through. But let me now focus on the first encounter. Now, you guys are gonna be very, very open to each other, not reserved or guarded at all. Even for those of you guys who may be guarded like normally, I feel like this encounter is gonna really surprise you in the way that you may even not recognize yourself. You may feel doing certain things and being a certain way that you normally aren't. And I don't mean it like in a bad way. I mean it like in a very, it's gonna feel right. Maybe with like other people you feel very guarded and you're very cautious, but through this connection, like this is literally the first encounter, but the soul recognizes and you're gonna feel safe with them. Some of you guys could even be great at reading energies, and you are gonna understand that this is not just someone that I've randomly met. This is someone who's very important to me, and you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that I am safe with them. I am supposed to open up. This is a great opportunity to do so. So it's just gonna feel right. You're not gonna feel like you are doing something that you don't feel comfortable with, because that's the key here. You're gonna feel comfortable and secure doing the things and feeling these things, okay? And this is why you're gonna feel so open to share yourself, to share your opinion, to share where you're coming from. And as an example, if this is some kind of a social gathering, as an example, you may as an example dance with this person, something you may not do at all, especially not with strangers. Or if it's not something which has dance in it or the opportunity to dance with someone, then still I feel like you guys are gonna just find a corner for yourself and really get cozy and really just share your insights and yourselves with them. Maybe some of you guys are gonna even be very, very surprised because, I mean, not a lot of people share a lot about themselves at the first, like, meeting. Like, this is not even a first date. Maybe, I mean, hey, for some, this could, as an example, be a first date, but like blind date. Of course, these things could also be, right? But I mean, like, if this is a very, like, surprising meeting, it's just by chance, which it definitely isn't. It couldn't be further from the truth. But if you accidentally met this person here, you're gonna be surprised at how easy or how much you actually opened up to them. Because yeah, you know, you may say things that you normally wouldn't say to a stranger, or expose of yourself, you know, like, but it's not gonna be like the conversations that you're gonna have with this person are not gonna be draining you or taking a lot of energy from you. It's gonna be the complete opposite. The more you talk with them, the more you connect with them, the more energy and alive you're gonna feel, because you're connecting here with someone who you already know and who's family in a way, right? Soul family here. And let me tell you one thing. I mean, it really depends on your own beliefs, right? Not everyone may believe in this and that, and that's completely fine, because that's the beauty, hopefully, that each one of you guys have, the freedom of choice, right? Free will. And I don't know why I feel like sharing this, but I can really say that I have experienced what soul tribe really means. And before that, I wasn't really aware of it, or I didn't really knew if this concept is even a thing. Like soul family, soul tribe. I think it's really something that you need to experience to really understand that, in fact, we may encounter people who we connect on such a like soul level, and not only that, we recognize them, and the way we meet is like it's full of synchronicities and almost like years of preparation, you know. It's I think I could speak about this like in a video itself, but all I want to say with this is that if you go through it, you will understand what I'm talking about here, okay? But of course, it's your free choice. As an example, whether you want to believe in soulmates or soul tribes at all, right? If you don't want to believe it, then that's completely fine. But that's just what I'm reading here, okay? So take it how it resonates for your own choice and belief here. I really feel like as okay, this could be the kind of encounter in which you guys may meet when it's day, or when it's like the middle of the like day, and it will go all the way till the evening. Like, I see you guys talking for hours, like a lot of time spent with each other at the first encounter. At the end of your conversations and your like experience here, both of you guys are going to be completely aware that this is a connection, or this is something that needs to be continued. Like, none of you guys is going to even have one thought about like just, you know, going and just leaving this person behind. You are going to exchange for sure you know, information such as like phone number or social media or some kind of way you can connect with each other. And this is gonna be Very, very interesting. Okay, this is gonna be a connection which is gonna like unfold very, very effortlessly. You're not gonna think too much into it. As an example, oh my gosh, like, what should I do? Should I go slow with it? Should I like take it slow or go fast? Like, what should I do? It's just gonna be very natural. It's kind of like just allowing things to unfold the way it just goes, because you're gonna have a lot of trust in it. And for a lot of you guys, this is a long-term relationship for sure. You guys, like, this can, and this is what I want to explain here. It could be the case that throughout the first encounter, the hours and hours that you're gonna talk with each other, you may even share certain things that you don't share, like even about your future, dreams, wishes, right? What kind of life you want to build, you know, what kind of partner you're looking for. There's a lot of like heartfelt conversations, conversations which come from the heart space. And actually, this is such a beautiful first encounter because I don't see anything here coming in your way or being a burden, making it awkward. I just feel like the reason for that is because both of you guys are know, like, you're gonna know. Even if, let's say, this is someone who's very like logical, they don't really like believe in like spiritual concepts, and with other words, they're really stuck in like the matrix, not a lot of room for like magic. Okay, um they're still gonna feel that type of way. They may not really understand why, because like they may really question that, like, why do I feel that way towards someone I just met? Like, that's not logical at all. I shouldn't be doing that. Even if they may at the beginning not understand it, still, you guys, the magic of that moment, of this moment, is gonna overtake every doubt. Okay, this is a beautiful first encounter. I would like to get one card. Let me see, one oracle card here. So let's see, for my dear pile one, what do you need to know about the first encounter? Know you are loved. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. See, it's all about knowing. It's all about just, you can't explain it. You know, sometimes we have a certain feeling, an intuitive, maybe even knowing, and we can't explain why. We can't explain, like, maybe every logical cell in our mind tells us, like, you're crazy, or like, why are you doing it? Like, that doesn't fit your normal personality at all, or like, this is against what people would normally do. Like, no one would open up to someone that's like fast, okay, or feel that comfortable towards someone that easily. But it's just like, with know you are loved being here, I mean, there's no greater strength and power in this universe than love. Okay, it's really one of the highest vibrations there is, and it's total strength on so many levels. And that's exactly why it's gonna be so easy, because you're gonna recognize the power that comes with it. Look at that at the back of the deck. Like, first of all, look at that. Take a reality check. Like, I just feel like some of you guys are just gonna be like, what the, like, what's happening? You know, you're gonna question things, but love is gonna be stronger. You know, this recognition is gonna be stronger. And this is actually an encounter I really would like to witness, because I think it's just It's so beautiful at the same time. Mm, yeah, so exciting. Maybe even a lot of like a little bit of confusion for people who are not like familiar with soul recognition at all, you know? It's fun. Like, yeah, it's something you should be looking forward to. I really, really like that. I know I haven't recorded pile 2 and 3, but I can already almost say that this is my favorite pile, and I would really love to experience this. It's really funny and really beautiful. It's kind of like being exposed to a part of your soul, or well, it's a part of your soul. No, that's not the right word. It's kind of being exposed to something that goes beyond your physical experience. It's this very mystical scenario or this very spiritual experience with someone else, you know? Yeah. Or being exposed to a part of your soul tribe, with other words, right? But yeah, this is all I have for you, my dear Palawan. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, if there is something you guys would like to share, definitely, my dear, feel free to do so. Also, if you haven't, like and subscribe. Please, if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you will not get any notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading, my dear. Also, if you're interested or you're just curious when it comes to a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more, you can also feel free to join me on Instagram and we can also connect there. But yeah, my dear pal, one, I am sending you much, much love and yeah, much positive energy on your journey. There is a lot you can be excited about and looking forward to for sure. I hope you're having a beautiful day or of course a beautiful night depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal one, take care, my love. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what will your first encounter with your soulmate, your divine counterpart, go like? What do you need to know about it? Let's see what information we can get about it. So, for my dear pile 2, what will the first encounter be like? What will the first encounter be like between you and your soulmate, your divine counterpart? What do you need to know about it? Let's see. One last time. All right. Yes, that's enough. So let's see. For my dear pile 2, what will the first encounter be like? So the first card we have is the Page of Cups. All right. Oh my goodness, look at that. You also got the Ace of Cups. That's wonderful. From my dear pile 2, wow. The Sun, the Queen of Wands. We have the King of Swords, the Nine of Cups, beautiful. 2 more, please. Cards. Page of Wands and 1 last card. What will your first encounter be like? Let's see, let's see. Let's see, my dear pal 2. 1 more card. Okay. And we got the 10 of Pentacles, like, you guys, that's beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. At the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. That's really interesting. We're ending the reading here with a 10, and the overall energy is also coming through. as a 10. Let me first of all, my dear, make sure that you can see all the cards here. Okay. So my dear pal 2, what will the first encounter be like? First of all, there's something you need to know about it, which is that both of you guys at the time when you will meet each other, emotionally speaking, you will be at a very good place. And when I say that, I don't mean as an example that, like, I don't know, you're having fun and that's why your emotions are like positive. No, I mean that you have been healing, or you almost seem free from baggage, or it just feels like emotionally speaking you feel very uplifted, you feel very good. And if we talk about whether emotionally speaking you are, receptive and open, that's a really good yes. And not only for you, but vice versa. Both of you guys are going to be, mutually speaking, at a place where you're actually able to love, you're actually able to be in a relationship. Now, I know this sounds maybe funny to some, but very often people may not be able to give and receive love. However, they jump into a relationship, right? And most of the time, not a lot of good comes out of it, because of course, in order to have a relationship of any sort, really, not only romantically, we need to we need to be at a good place. Not good place, no, that's not what I mean, but like emotionally speaking, we need to be able to give and receive, right? Especially if we talk about relationships which include a lot of feelings and emotions to be invested in it. And do you see here the Ace of Cups with the water or the milk? It almost seems like it's being poured into this this bowl. It looks really, really clear, right? And I just feel like it's almost like a metaphor for your emotional state, that you are also going to feel very like clear about it, and there is not a lot of confusion. As an example, not a lot of baggage from the past relationships, or maybe past like people who could have also been family, right? It's not only about love. We can also have relatives or friends who mess up with our emotional body, right? It's not only like romantic love. But I just feel like you have really passed or let go of this, of these experiences, in which now the water or the milk that's being poured, your emotions that are present in your life, are not tinted with negativity. So when we talk about emotions, you are going to be at a very good place, and it's going to show itself, because when we talk about the first encounter, I feel like you and your future spouse are going to have a very, very, very playful interaction. I see a lot of laughing, I see a lot of smiling, cracking jokes. It's like instantly getting along. And this can also very well be the kind of relationships in which you guys just instantly, you form a friendship, right? Like, friendship is one of the foundations of your relationship. However, with the Ace of Cups being here, this is for me more so love related. So you guys are not going to see each other as friends and then let it develop into something more serious. No, your intentions towards each other is going to be of romance, okay? It's going to be romantically. And with the Page of, okay, wow, that's very interesting. We have the Page of Pentacles here, but I just realized that because when this card came through, I actually thought it was the Page of Cups. Maybe I even said Page of Cups, I'm not quite sure, but I just received this message here. And honestly speaking, I also feel like interpreting it as the Page of Cups, because that's just the energy of the of the illustration that I got immediately, and I wasn't really drawn towards, yeah, what like card it is, but it was more so really, yeah, the Page of Cups energy here. And I really feel like, once again, the interaction between you guys will be very, very playful. You may meet each other at a place or in a circumstance in which there is a lot of play happening, or it's a very comfortable like place, even if it's at a like social gathering, or not even if it's, let's say, a public place, okay, and you don't know everyone, some kind of a social gathering like that, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna feel comfortable enough, and the energy is just going to be very, very high. As an example, this could be a very warm summer day in which people are just like collectively, everyone has a good mood because the sun is out, the weather is great. Once again, maybe the place you guys are going to meet each other is also a place where people come together to celebrate, to have a good time. So the energy overall is a very, very good one. And I not only see you guys being there and enjoying yourselves, but really everyone. It's a place so everyone can have fun for sure. And as I already said, I see that you are gonna hit it off like from the beginning, and you may have these kind of moments in which you're gonna realize how similar you are, because I feel like between you guys there's a lot of similarity. Actually, the complete opposite of pile 1. In pile 1 there was a lot of difference, also like personality wise speaking. For you guys, personality wise, I feel like oh my goodness, look at that. Do you see those two animals? Like, they look very, very similar. And I almost feel like you guys, personality wise, it almost feels like you're looking into a mirror. You know, you may mention certain things that your person is just gonna like start laughing because they're the complete same, or they may do such a thing and you will laugh because like it's the same with you. I just feel like having fun and just enjoying the company of the other without getting distracted or without getting bothered, really. It's kind of like you are in your own little bubble, you are in your own little world, and you just want to enjoy that. Like, even if you're surrounded by a crowd of people, it still feels like you are all alone by yourself, because yeah, you're not even gonna bother about others. Now, what I also feel is that with the King of Swords and the illustration with this like with the gaze, you know, the way this is, it looks like a griffin, but I'm not quite sure. It looks like a mystical fantasy creature, right? It almost seems like, okay, so the person who's more so in their masculine energy, I'm saying energy here, not gender, so it doesn't matter, but the one who's more so in their masculine energy, my dear, I see that this person's gonna not recognize, but notice the person who's more so in their feminine energy first. So yeah, it almost seems like the King of Swords is gonna see the Queen of Wands, you know, before the Queen of Wands sees the King of Swords. So the masculine energy, take it how it resonates, could be you, could be your divine counterpart. The masculine energy is gonna see the feminine energy first. And I mean, it sounds so weird because, of course, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us, right? That's not what I mean. But we tend to, you know, because we're not really in a world where there is any balance, and we're not living in societies in which, you know, this balance is really supported or encouraged, and we are more so in an energy in which, one is dominating, and you know for yourself which energy is dominating you more so. And the masculine is gonna see the feminine, and I really feel like they're gonna be intrigued by them, fascinated maybe even, or they're just gonna catch their eyes. Maybe it's because of them feminine's energy. You know, they like the feminine may enjoy themselves and not really have a care in the world, just like being in their own bubble and just doing them, maybe joking around with the people that the feminine is going to be present at this place, and laughing, smiling. With the Queen of Wands being here, it almost feels like she's dancing as well, right? So maybe the feminine is even dancing a little bit, or like moving. And the masculine is gonna notice that. And I just feel like they're instantly gonna be interested in trying to find a way to become close. I'm sorry, to get close, to get close to the feminine. And it could be the case that this person is gonna try to get close to the feminine through the people that the feminine is gonna be with at this place. So maybe they will first approach like someone close to the Queen of Wands, okay? So they will start talk with them, and this person may be able to introduce the masculine to the feminine that way. But with the King of Swords being here, the way the masculine is gonna introduce themselves or try to get close to the other person is gonna be very, very calculated, because the King of Swords energy is not really a spontaneous energy. It's all about thinking things through, very airy, very in the mind space, and practical, going from place A to B, not spontaneously or not like emotionally, but more so really with thoughts and a technique, like a technique, so to speak. The feminine energy may not, I'm so sorry you guys, because I feel like I've said feminine and like masculine 1,000 times, but that's just the way I feel like explaining it. So if I'm annoying you, I'm so sorry. But I feel like the feminine, she or he, whoever this may be, but the person who's embodied by them, they're not going to really notice that. They're not going to really notice the intention that they're getting, like the attention from the King of Swords. So when they approach the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands may just think, oh, okay, yeah, nice to meet you, and like think it's very spontaneous, but it's not. It could be the case that the King of Swords will really take even their time to think it through. All right, but once you come together, I just feel like the Nine of Cups energy is really embodying that great. You're going to recognize in the other person a potential partner. With the Ace of Cups being here, I feel like you're going to see in the other person a very mutual, equal, okay? Equal energy is here as well. You're really going to enjoy it, like genuinely, the conversations, the jokes that's gonna, be cracked. It's not like you feel forced to have a conversation with them. No, you're actually gonna really love it, and this is gonna stuck with you. I also feel like your divine partner or your soulmate may somehow encourage you, and it really is gonna make you feel great. So as an example, with the Page of Wands being here, you may share something with them, something you really love to do, something you're passionate about. Creative could even be involved in here, like creativity for some. And you will share it with them and they will really encourage you. So they may say, yes, like, I feel like you could totally do that, or that sounds awesome. I can really imagine you becoming successful in it. Or you may actually show them something. This is a very specific message. So, you know, mold it into whatever situation works out for you. But this is just an example so you guys understand what I mean with it. Let's just say someone is an artist and they like to draw paintings. Then you may show this person a painting on your phone, you know, a picture of the painting, and they will see how talented you are and how, yeah, wonderful you are in your craft and in your skills, and they will really encourage you. That's what I mean. But of course, take it how it resonates. For others, it could be singing, it could be an instrument, it could be just something you're very, really passionate about, such as some kind of sport or maybe even spirituality. It doesn't even matter what it is, whatever works out for you. But it's something that really touches you deep down, something that really comes from the heart, okay? Something you really, really love. And I really see you guys, this first interaction is just gonna be a lot of fun. I don't feel like you are gonna talk a lot about like serious stuff. Let's say share a lot of, let's say, like opinions regarding politics or like the world, or you know, whatever. It's gonna be a very fun interaction. And in fact, I feel like for some time it's only gonna be you guys, but then the people that you're with here at this place, you and your soulmate, they will definitely join. I almost feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, that's you guys being surrounded by, yeah, also other energies, other people, and you're really gonna have a great time with each other, you know? Yeah, just having fun. Let me get an oracle card for you guys regarding this first encounter. For my dear pile 2. Oops. Okay, too many cards. Only one, please. Only one? Okay. So we have first quarter moon in Leo. Be humble. Okay. So I feel like with this card being here, you're gonna see certain personality traits in your soulmate that are really, really important to you. Personality traits that have a very, very positive impact on you. So as an example, you could be someone who, let's just say loyalty is the most important quality there is. So as an example, like the most handsome, good-looking person, beautiful person could come to you, but if you see that they have like this trait, or they seem, or you hear something about them, that they are not loyal or sneaky, like the attractiveness towards them instantly dies off because you don't compromise when it comes to it. It's like one of the most important traits. In fact, I feel like these traits may even make someone more attractive to you when you see that or notice that in them. And it's going to be the same with this person. So they could be very loyal or humble, right? I mean, the card literally says humbled. So maybe for some, that's really something that you find grounding and like really earthy and attractive, right? It could also be with the King of Swords, intelligence. You know, with talking with them, you're going to notice how intelligent they are. And it's going to like give them like plus points. You know, you're just gonna find it so intriguing and so interesting. I just feel like when we talk about the inside, something personality wise is really gonna hook you, like grasp you, and you can't shake it off because it's something that you treasure. Yeah. Another thing, I feel like you guys, when we talk, I mean, if you want, you guys, I can also make a reading regarding the dating phase exclusively. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely feel free to let me know. But I also feel like when we talk about the dating phase of you guys, there is a lot of fun in it. Yeah, a lot of fun. Different activities, adventure, fun, maybe even with other people, with your friends, maybe for some mutual friends, right? Take it how it resonates, but having a great time. But this is actually all I have for you, my dear pal, too. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And my dear, if you haven't, also feel free to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell because otherwise you may not get any notification when I upload my next readings. Also, my dear, if you're interested or you're just curious and you would like to get further information when it comes to a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is found in the description box, and of course, I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal, too, I'm sending you much love and much, much positive energy, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course, a beautiful night, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal, too, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what will the first encounter between you and your soulmate, your divine partner, be like? Let's start straight away, my dear. For my dear pal 3, what will the first encounter between you and your divine partner, your soulmate, be like? Okay, that's enough. So let's see. For my dear pile 3, okay, so the first card we have is the Justice card. We have the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Swords. Let's see what this is all about. So many cards. We have the High Priestess here, was the only one that came upwards. Okay, what's that? We have the 3 of Wands. From my dear pile 3, how will the first encounter between you and your soulmate, your divine partner, go? Okay, we got the Hermit card. The Hierophant, and one last card. The King of Pentacles, interesting. At the back of the deck, we have the 8 of Cups. Now, let me make sure you guys can see all the cards. Okay. Now, for my dear pile 3, I feel like first of all, we need to talk about something. Before you meet your soulmate or your divine counterpart here, I feel like there will be a period in which you will be like a little bit isolated, or it could also be simply said you will be single for maybe even a very, very long time. I feel like for some, you may even have felt a little bit lonely because of the fact that you just seemed like not finding anyone that matched like your energy, matched your your vision when it comes to, what relationship you want or what kind of partnership it is that you're looking for. And you may have just been, in the hermit mode kind of, or just single, generally speaking. But it wasn't always, or maybe even majority wise, it wasn't really that like happy single, but it was like you felt really sad about it, or you felt stuck in relationships in your life because maybe you couldn't really understand why everyone around you found someone that, yeah, they would just click with, or they found a potential partner. And then you may have compared that to you yourself, and you just didn't understand. You may have even thought that there was something wrong with you, that you are the issue. Now, let me tell you, first of all, there is absolutely, and let me repeat that, absolutely nothing wrong with you. And the issue isn't you. You are a wonderful person who has so much to offer and who is deserving of so many great things. So please don't question that because you haven't found someone yet, or because no one has come into your life yet who really matched those, yeah, expectations that you feel like you are deserving of, okay? So there's this one thing that needs to be said. I know it has nothing to do perhaps with the theme of the reading, but there is a reason why. The energies of readings are being led a certain way. This is supposed to be heard from you. Now, coming back, when we talk about the first encounter, it's really funny because when you meet this person with the High Priestess, okay, let me say first one thing. Some of you guys could have been drawn to Pal 1 as well. If this is the case, then you can feel free to watch it, because for you guys, I'm also getting something a little bit similar to what I got for Pal 1, and that's that you're gonna have a certain recognition. Not exactly the kind of energy that I got for Pal 1, because for Pal 1, the recognition that they were exposed to, they just felt it, and they may have not really understood even why. With you guys, you are highly intuitive beings, and you may have actually manifested this person. So you will know. You will know why you recognize this person, because you have actually literally manifested them in. So it's kind of like with the Justice card, a success that has been accomplished. Because you guys are definitely great manifestors. So if you haven't heard this so far, then let me say it one more time. Great manifestors. This is definitely something that you should consciously take use of. Because I feel like you see the High Priestess with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is definitely a card of abundance, especially earthy abundance, or let's say abundance when it comes to the like materializing things like into existence, right? Into the earthy plane, into the 3D. It's almost like taking power, or taking the power that you have from the mystical, spiritual side of you, and like an alchemist, turning them into something that's actually touchable or able to be grasped. So know that. However, what I'm feeling, or what I'm hearing here, actually better to say, is be very specific of what it is that you want, because we don't manifest necessarily what we want, but we manifest what we are a match to. So really question what it is that you want to be a match of. What kind of person it is that you want to bring into your life. And in fact, they're obviously already in your energy, right? I mean, they're coming through in your energy reading here. So you are definitely going to be successful in it. And when I said recognition, that's exactly what I mean. You're going to recognize this person as the person that you have manifested. Now, what I'm seeing here is that the way you're going to interact with this person is going to maybe be very, very different from how you interact with others. So as an example, let's say for those of you guys who may be a little bit introverted and not really that open to everyone, with this person, because you're just gonna recognize them for who they are, you're gonna get this very trusting energy, and it's gonna be so effortlessly for you to connect with them. So even for those of you guys who may have a very hard time to connect with strangers or new people, and you therefore may stick around with people who who you already know, because it's just very difficult, with this person it's not going to be that way. You are going to see them and you're going to notice them. It's going to give you a lot of confidence, the fact that you're going to feel like, wow, this is my making, this is me doing that, and you're going to recognize how powerful you actually are. I mean, maybe you are, consciously trying to manifest someone in, and you may, like watch readings and they may give you a confirmation regarding it, but still listening to that coming and really actually experiencing it arriving, these are two completely different things. And sometimes we really need to go through that experience to really understand how powerful and amazing we actually are. And you're gonna have this revelation of how powerful you actually really are, and you're gonna take it from there really, really serious, I feel like. Now, I feel like this person, your soulmate. Okay. Something about them is maybe gonna be a little bit intimidating. Now, maybe for some reason, you're gonna feel like they have a lot of suitors, or a lot of people are trying to connect with them. It's kind of like you're gonna feel there is a lot of competition here and there, but you're gonna concentrate on yourself. This is a very, very healthy self-love here. So you're gonna tell yourself, well, I know what I deserve, I know who I am, and this person, they would be lucky if they would be with me, but I'm not gonna fight in a way as if I'm a reward or so. No, I know what I'm worth, and if this person sees the worth, then yeah, they can come and approach me, but I'm not gonna just be one of many who's desperately trying to get close to them. And I really feel like you guys, maybe for some, I mean, I really do see that you have been waiting a lot. You have been trying to bring this person in for quite some time, and there is really divine timing here, because it almost feels like the universe first wants you to go through something when it comes to your own personal development before you meet someone significant, so that you don't feel like this person is superior, but you actually feel an equal. And not only that, you feel whole by yourself. You shouldn't, maybe for some time you felt like there was this emptiness within you that someone else had to fill, or that you are a half and there is a half somewhere, or somewhere out there that's then gonna make you feel whole. You recognize that that's total BS, that all there is you, and that if you are not your greatest supporter, if you're not your greatest cheerleader, and if you don't give yourself love, then who is gonna do that? it's not someone else's responsibility, but it's actually your own responsibility. And you will not want to put your own happiness into someone else's hands, or give someone the power over you. You may have had these patterns in the past, or maybe you still have, but as I'm seeing here, it's almost like the ladder that she's going up here. Oh, excuse me, my dear. The more you're gonna go up the ladder, the more you are gonna go like further on your journey. You're gonna realize this. And it's this teaching, this lesson that the universe wanted you to go through. So when this person comes through in your life, you will not feel like they're better, okay? You won't. And in fact, you will see your own greatness, and you will see your own place in this world and what you're capable of. Now, your soulmate, okay, let's go back to it's so interesting because although this is all about your first interactions with each other, it almost feels like your spirit guides want it to be you, you know? I feel like the reason for that is because this is almost like a message or an advice here for you to keep focusing on yourself at this point, whenever you are watching this video, to know that yes, you will find someone who will be an equal, but until then, focus on, being the person that you would like to meet, right? So if you would like to have a partner who is emotionally intelligent enough, then focus on healing emotionally, or to also put yourself at a place where you can experience it yourself and you don't have to wait for someone else to give you that love. Or financially speaking, focus on this financial independence that you're wishing for. Maybe some of you guys are wishing, someone else to bring it into your life. There's this advice from your spirit guides that don't put yourself in a situation where you are completely dependent on someone else. Make sure still you are independent no matter what, okay? So, I'm it's really, really present. Like, I am really, really feeling it around me, my dear. These are messages which are really, really, really important for you to know. Like, I just feel like your spirit guides are really pressuring me. Not pressuring, that sounds a little bit negative. Like, they're pushing me towards letting you know that. So maybe in the past, some of you guys used to be in a very dependent situation which did not go well for you, or you felt really stuck in, not that you could, freely express yourself, or you felt really dependent. And maybe this is why it's coming through that way. Because it's not something bad when, let's say, we are to an extent dependent on someone else, right? I mean, what do I mean with that? Let's say there is only one person earning the money at home because, both parties choose that way. One person wants to stay at home and the other person wants to go and get the money, right? I mean, that's choice, right? Every couple can choose for themselves how they want to live, and it's their right to do so, out of their own free will, right? But I feel like why your spirit guides are saying this is so you can develop yourself, right? And that you always have the freedom to choose for yourself. Because that's what independence is also. It's choice, right? I mean, the more independent we are, the more things we maybe can choose from, right? Because we are not dependent on something or on someone, so we have more freedom. That's the thing. Independence means freedom. And I feel like your spirit guides want you to maintain this freedom, no matter if you are in a relationship or not. So I do feel like because it's coming through so strongly, somehow maybe some of you guys have felt trapped, okay? Especially with the Eight of Swords, I mean, anyways, right? That's the stagnation, like feeling stuck, the trap card, I mean, of the tarot in a way, right? Another thing when it comes to the encounter, my dear, you will not expect it. This will be something totally unexpectedly, okay? However, as we have already said multiple times, when you meet this person though, you will recover pretty quickly from your shock and you will just realize that the universe has put this person into your life because you have brought them in, like you have manifested them. So when it comes to the interaction of you guys, I feel like in the beginning it could be a little bit formal. So maybe you will first, like, yeah, because I feel like this person, as I said, they could be someone who's quite respected or such things. So maybe for some you may also meet in some kind of a circumstance in which you're gonna reserve yourself a little bit. However, when you guys come together and you have the chance to really have a conversation only between you guys, you know, without being like disrupted or like bothered by someone outside, you can really take the time to get to know each other. And I feel like you will realize that this is, let me see. Yeah, actually, before I continue, like with you guys, message is coming through after message. Like I feel like I can't even end my sentence because the next message is just like being thrown into my face. You know, another thing, even if this person is surrounded by, let's say, different suitors, or you're gonna get this feeling that they don't notice you, they do. That's something I really need to stress out here. They notice you, and you know, I know this star card. Yeah, let me tell you guys one thing. When we think of the star card, very often there is the star at the like in the middle or the upper middle of the card, right? Like it's shining through most of the time. At least in this deck, I believe there is like this dark background and then this huge star is just like illuminating, right? And I just thought about that and then I really recognize that the Eight of Cups here looks almost the same way. So does the High Priestess, by the way. And what I wanted to say is that even if you guys are somewhere where you're gonna feel like they're not gonna notice you, you're like the star that shines through every and each other like star, like the star which stands out. And I really feel like it's maybe something about your energy or the way you're dressed, the way you carry yourself. You are not someone, for some, who may be very conventional. For others, I feel like it's your energy. Because, I mean, we're talking about divine partners here, right? So they will feel like there is something about you. And even though they may not understand why. Okay, this really reminds me of pile 1 in a way. So yeah, if you feel that way, drawn to the other, then feel free to watch it. But I just feel like for you guys, for your divine partner, it's the same thing. But it doesn't really surprise me because let's just say someone who doesn't know anything about like certain concepts or spirituality, divine partnerships, union, and so on, when they find themselves in such a situation, it may be extremely overwhelming and they may question a lot, right? Because they don't understand, they don't see it from a bigger picture. But someone who's very aware, very like knowledgeable, very intuitive, and very open to their own spirituality, they may see this, a little bit different. And I just feel like your partner, it could be the case that they could be someone who's not really that like familiar with it, or even if they are, um, they haven't experienced that yet, right? And it's just overwhelming. I feel like for them it's going to be very, very overwhelming. More overwhelming than confusion. For pal 1, it was a little bit of confusion. For you guys, it's not the confusion for them, it's more so they're really overwhelmed by the experience, by the sensations, you know? And I almost feel like, let me show you that. Okay. Do you see like this person? It almost feels like they are gonna cut their way through all the like grass or whatever it may be till they reach their goal, right? They're willing to just cut their way free. And it's a little bit, feel like the same with you guys. Like, even if this person has a lot of people around them interested in them, they're not gonna pay them attention because they're gonna be focused on you. So they're gonna make their way towards you. So I feel like your person, or let me put it that way, the more masculine energy is gonna approach the feminine energy. And you can see in this picture, or not picture, illustration better to say, this person is also surrounded by a lot of swords, right? But the swords all look the same, or there is no difference between them. But this girl, she stands out in the middle, and I really feel like it's the same with you. You stand out, my dear. Now you may question, like, how, why I don't stand out, but let me tell you, that's not the case. In fact, one thing that I heard was, in you, your divine partner finds something that they haven't really found in someone else. And, well, multiple things actually, not only one. The first is really this level of safety in which we can be our authentic self. I mean, it sounds really understandable, right? And a lot of people may say, well, this is something obviously everyone should be able to do in a relationship. I mean, how do you want to have a relationship if you can't even be you, or if you can't show your partner your authentic self? Well, that's totally like right, but there's still a lot of people who find themselves in relationships in which they can't be really themselves. And I just feel like your soulmate has had experiences in which they had to wear a mask, or they had to shield something when it comes to themselves. For some of you guys, it could even be vice versa. Maybe you have experienced something very similar, if of course you have been already like in a relationship, because some of you guys watching, you may have been even like single your whole time, your whole life here, but take it how it resonates. So with you, they feel like they can breathe, they can be free, they feel safe to let the mask fall, And I feel like this is someone who is actually pretty cautious when it comes to who they connect with. They don't just open up to anyone. So for them, you have to be a part of their inner circle in order for them to trust you and so on. But just in general, they don't make just any stranger a part of their inner circle. So there are certain, maybe like characteristics or energies that they're looking for. So when they feel like someone is just there because of like something this person has, or they feel like someone is pretending something, I feel like they immediately, okay, with this weapon, like they cut them off. So it may take, I can see these people, they've all almost like raised their weapons, right? But with you, they're gonna not feel that way. You know, they're gonna feel like you're actually someone who's genuinely interested in them, and they feel very invested in this connection, my dear. And I feel like this person is also very, very honest. So when we talk about the first encounter in which you guys are gonna, you know, have a conversation, they're gonna let you know where they stand, and they're gonna let you know what they're looking for. And I feel like you guys are really gonna like it because they just go straight to the point. With the King of Pentacles being here, I do feel like this is someone who may be very stable in their life, like in general financially, but also just within themselves. You know, they're very grounded, and they know who they are, they know what they're capable of, and they know what they want. And in you, I feel like they see something they've been waiting for, you know, because they're gonna realize that they're safe with you. So maybe this person at one point in their life has felt unaccepted, and therefore, as I already said, you guys, they thought they had to change something. But now this person is like so tired of that. Okay, I'm hearing vice versa. Maybe this is also referred to you here. But now they're just tired, and they just want to show the world who they are. If you like it, great. And if you don't, that's not their problem. And you're really gonna love that. You're gonna love the confidence and the boldness that this person has. Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, I almost see that you guys are gonna talk about a lot of like deep talking here, not very like on the surface. You may directly talk about very philosophical stuff, or about very serious stuff regarding, you know, world events or certain beliefs, you know. I just feel like this is the amount of like comfort that you're gonna feel. You're not gonna feel like, oh my god, like what if I say something wrong? Like I shouldn't be talking with a stranger about that, or what if this person thinks that I'm weird because I think this or that way. A lot of safeness. Is that like I've said this? Yeah. And at the end, because I really feel like this is like there is this night energy here, so you may talk with this person till it gets darker. I really feel like for some you may even like within the next few days or weeks meet this person again and go to their place. I know this is so random, but I just feel like you guys are gonna have like your dating phase is gonna start immediately like that. There's not a lot of waiting or like a period in which you're gonna, you know, not have any contact and then later on you're gonna reconnect. That's not what I'm feeling here. That's actually really interesting, yeah. So my dear pile 3, let me get you guys an oracle card. Let's see for my dear pile 3. Oops. What will the first encounter be like? What will the first encounter be like? Look at that. Take a breather. You know what I just heard when I read this? I can finally breathe again. That's exactly what I heard. And when we think about like really breathing, it's also a show like associated a little bit with relaxing, right? And be like calming yourself down. This is how this is gonna feel like. you guys are not only gonna feel extremely comfortable with each other, but for some reason I feel like you're also gonna bring out something very, very beautiful out, like in the other person. As an example, this person may look like, publicly speaking, a little bit reserved, or maybe even at times a little bit cold, or as I said, a little bit intimidating. But being with you in private, you're gonna see such a beautiful, like, gentle and soft side of them. And as an example, when it comes to you, they may bring out something very gentle as well out of you, or let me see. I'm hearing they may help you when it comes to expanding yourself, actually. They help you with becoming more courageous, more brave when it comes to maybe certain things that you would like to go after. I know why this moon almost looked like a comfort zone, right? Like a bubble. I always like to see the comfort zone like as a bubble. And then this girl is like out of her comfort zone and she's like so happy, like you can see it. Her arms are like stretched out and she's just like, yeah, expanding herself. I feel like this is something your divine partner will bring out of you. The opportunity of expanding, going beyond the fear. Okay? Yeah. So, my dear pile 3, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there is something you would like to share, or if there is something that resonated with you guys, then please let us all know. Also, my dear, like and subscribe if you haven't. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get a notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading, such as this one here. Also, my dear, if you're curious or you just would like to get further information when it comes to a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, you will find my Instagram link in the description box, and I also invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal 3, I am sending you much love and much positive energy, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful night, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 3, take care, my love.